What's up, guys? It's Nicholas, and today we are going to be taking a look at something that I've wondered about for a while, I've read quite a bit about, and quite a few people like to argue about it, and that is whether you should be using the stock thermal compound that comes with your brand new CPU cooler, or if you should be spending a little bit more on something like Arctic Silver. So what I mean by stock thermal compound is, when I bought my first two Hyper 212 Evos, it came with this little tube of just regular thermal compound. I looked it up. People were like, oh, it's fine. Some people were like, no, don't use it. Buy Arctic Silver 5. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just use it. I don't feel like ordering off Amazon and waiting for it to get here. I already have the cooler, everything. But then a little while ago, and I mean, this worked great. I mean, I had no problems with it, nothing like that. A little while ago, Amber and I were shopping at Micro Center for an upcoming project. It's actually the server you can see back there in the background. And we had to buy a new Hyper 212 LED, I think it's called. It's called the Evo LED or something like that. Basically just the Hyper 212 with an LED fan. I don't quite get it, but whatever. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to pick up some Arctic Silver 5 so I can do this comparison video. And thank God I did, because this is what came in the package. It's actually like a little tinfoil like container of what I hope is thermal paste. Or thermal compound, whatever you want to call it. This makes me nervous. If I didn't have like this makes me less nervous than this, okay? But I decided, you know what? So we have 3 different thermal compounds, and yes, I know there's other stuff out there. There's liquid metal, there's all that other stuff you can use. But for the standard user, this is probably what you're going to end up with, one of these. And I'm curious, is there actually any difference? I've heard people say they've gotten much lower temperatures with Arctic Silver 5. But then I've also heard people say that they've gotten, and I'm one of those people, perfect temperatures with this. But if I can lower my temperatures with just putting some of this on, hey, why not? All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to start with our, because right now I have this running in there. On the H100i from Corsair, we're actually going to clean that off. We're going to put some of this on. Going to test it. Do a burn-in test, see what we get up to when it finally equalizes. Then we are going to go to the little pouch that I assume it's probably the same stuff as this, but I'm curious, so we'll see about that. And then, because this is what I'm going to end up leaving in there, we are going to go with the Arctic Silver 5, see what kind of temps we get, see if there is any truth to this. Don't use the stock thermal compound by Arctic Silver. This does feel a little bit weightier, I have to say that. So let's get that cleaned off and let's get the stock compound put on. Okay, guys, so you saw me put in the Cooler Master, just standard little tube of thermal paste that they give you. That's running in the machine right now. It's been running I've been running A64 Extreme for an hour and 10 minutes now. Everything is equalized. Everything is as hot as it's going to get, or as cool, actually, because the temps aren't bad. Yes, you'll tend to get a little bit lower CPU temps when you first put on thermal paste, but that usually equalizes out. So we're averaging right now over the whole CPU 60.6, and that's Celsius. That's really good. I think we're gonna get better with this. It's a little bit more dense. So across the cores, I don't know how well you guys can hear me. CPU core 1 was 62.9, CPU core 2 was 63.7, CPU core 3 was 58.9, and CPU core 4, which was our hottest, was 67.8. We're now going to do the mystery packet, which came with the Hyper 212 LED. We're going to do the same thing, leave it running for as long as it takes to equalize, and then we'll come back to this. So let's go get that cleaned off, and let's get this what I assume is probably not going to be great performing thermal paste onto my CPU. Oh, and one more thing, I'm loving the H100i for just taking off and being able to swap out thermal paste more easily. It's amazing. All right, and Ada64 has been running for another 45 minutes. So, how is it looking? Well, the last time I told you guys the average CPU temp was 60.6. I almost said 60.4. I have actually it up over here. I saved it. Smart idea. 60.6. Currently, we're sitting at 61.8 is what we leveled off at. With core temps for number 1 being 64.2, 65.1 for core number 2, number 3 is 61.1, and number 4 is 68.9. That's actually higher all the way across the board by at least a couple degrees on each core. So, what I'm saying is that the little mystery packet of thermal paste is surprisingly not any better. I know, shocker. But I guess the real question that everybody's here for, everybody needs to know the answer to is this like $8 tube of thermal paste any better? I guess it's time to see. So, now, for the reason you're all here, let's test the Arctic Silver 5. All right, guys, and the thermal testing for the Arctic Silver 5 is done. Are we like 10 degrees lower? No. We're actually at 57.4, which I would say is a temp drop, except for the fact that ambient in here is about 1 degree, 1.5 degrees lower than what they were when I was doing the testing for the other two. So yes, it is a couple degrees lower, but it's not the mythical like 10 degrees lower. For example, the the Cooler Master packet, the little mystery packet, it was an average temp of 61.7. We are at 57.4. So, I mean, 4-degree temp difference. That is a good drop. But like I said, when you're only figuring that to actually be like 2 degrees, not so much. Across the cores, it's generally going to be cooler. Yeah, and we're only actually 3 degrees cooler, 3 degrees Celsius cooler on the Arctic Silver than we were on the Cooler Master, the little tube. Where did I put it? Right here. The actual tube. So, I guess what I'm going to wrap this up by saying is, if you're building your first system and you're probably not going to build another system, this will do just fine. I don't know about that. I don't even know where I put that packet. I think I threw it away because I was like, I don't want the dogs getting into this. But this is just fine. This is what I've been using for months and months and months. And I thought, you know what? I'll try out this mythical Arctic Silver 5, see how it works. I'm glad I bought it. I do build a lot of computers. I will use it. And I unmount my heatsink a lot. And just don't get started with me, please. Lately, it's been so much fun. No, I love doing this stuff, guys. But anyways, I do not believe you actually need to buy aftermarket thermal paste. Whatever comes with your cooler, as long as it is from a reputable brand like Cooler Master, you're probably fine just using the stock thermal paste. If there's any other thermal paste you guys would like me to test, like, how do I put this? So, like, something that comes with another cooler. I'll try it. Obviously, I won't make a whole nother video about it, but I will post the results down below if you guys want me to. I'm always into trying new coolers. I hope this video was a joy for you guys to watch. As much of a joy as it was for you guys to watch, as it was for me to make. I love doing testing and stuff like this. Yes, it is a little more time consuming. Yes, I obviously have to swap stuff out, but I love doing this kind of stuff. And it also helps me realize that myths out there, they're not really all that true. I honestly thought that we would get a bigger temp difference with the Arctic Silver 5. We didn't. And that help somebody out, I'm sure. Somebody will be like, wow, I don't have to go out and buy an $8 tube of Arctic Silver. At least that's how much it was at Micro Center, so prices may vary. Alright, if you guys liked the video, leave it a like. If you guys disliked it, leave it a dislike. Let me know down in the comments why you liked or why you disliked the video. If you guys are not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends, family, and crazy neighbors about the channel. We even accept crazy neighbors. I know, it's crazy, but it's crazy. The puns. Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon down in the description. If you like the content we make and you want to see us make more and better content, become a patron. Even at the $1 tier, it all goes towards product reviews and gear for the channel, and it helps us out immensely. So thank you to our patrons. You guys are awesome. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.